Today we're going to do a how to make your own mini comic. I discovered how to make a mini comic like this little 8-pager when I went to Comic-Con in San Diego, and I met the author, illustrator of Too Much Coffee Man. Great comic, and in one of his comics he had a little mini comic and how to make it. And here's the beauty. All you need to make a mini comic, an 8-page mini comic, is one piece of paper, pencil, an eraser, some scissors, and a stapler. At the end of my mini comic, I'm going to use a pen and I'm going to ink all my pencil line drawings, but that's optional. That's it. Let's get to it. First thing we're going to want to do is take our one sheet of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and turn it into an 8-page booklet. Just start by folding it in half. I think the kids call this hot dog. Really try to get those corners and those edges to line up. You can also put a crease and stuff with your scissors. Now fold it in half again, hamburger style. Nom nom nom. So again, we're going to line up these corners nice and precise, the best we can. Here's first step. If you'll notice, your book won't open. It's got the folds right here. So before we cut that off, you're going to take your booklet and you're going to staple, put 2 staples in it right here, one there, one there. You can see just right there near the edge. Where the paper is still together at the top, not at the bottom, but at the top here, we're going to cut off about 1/8 of an inch here. So let's do that. You can make Star Wars sound effects, that sometimes helps. Now we have an 8-page comic. It's actually 4 individual pages. But if you go front and back, this will be our cover, or page 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back cover 8. We have our booklet. Now let's build a story. We'll call the cover page 1. I'm going to write 1 at the bottom, really small. And on the inside, we're going to write this page 2, then page 3, page 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Will be the back. Okay, so write little tiny numbers on each page so that when I'm talking about the pages, we don't get lost, we don't get confused. We're going to leave the front cover blank. That's going to be our cover graphic and our title. We're going to start on page 2. There's a simple little way that I like to use so that we don't start a story and run out of room, or start a story and our story ends on page 4. And then we have all these blank pages. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through page by page. You can either stop the video and then do the work and then go back and forth, or you can just watch the whole video and take some notes and then create your own story. But either way, I'm going to walk you through some prompts that are going to help us create a story that flows, starts on page 2, ends on page 8. Okay, let's grab a pencil and start this story. I'm going to give you a preface for each page, which will help you guide through the book and create a story. So the first thing we're going to start with, once there was a, and then you're going to fill in the blank. Once there was a bus, once there was a planet, once there was a policeman, once there was anything. While you're working on that, I'm going to work on mine. Okay, as you'll see in my first page, I wrote once there was a pickle. Now let's turn to what is page 3 in our booklet. Remember, covers 1, inside's page 2. Let's go to page 3. Once there was whatever you drew, and the next verbal cue is who wanted to blank. So now you're going to take your character and you're going to say once there was a blank who wanted to blank, and draw something that they want to do. dehydrated. Once there was a pickle who wanted to bake a cake. So now to page 4, and our next prompt is going to be but. And then you need to fill in your story, like but what? What? Something is gonna keep this pickle from baking their cake. But no one would help. Our next prompt is so, the word so. My story goes, but no one would help, so we're gonna put our pickle back into action. Put your character back into action. What happens when you get met with adversity? What happens when you get met with a big fat no in life? Do you just sit down and cry? Do you just roll over? Do you give up? No! You take action. You do something. And our pickle wants a cake. Our pickle has a sweet tooth. So that pickle's gonna do something. I don't know what he's gonna do yet, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna write the word so at the top of next page. Put your character back into action and keep the story moving. We're on to page 6. Oh, for the record, I'm totally winging it too. And then I just make it up as I go. It's kind of more fun that way. Once there was a pickle who wanted a cake, who wanted to bake a cake, but no one would help. So he went to town, and that's our next word. So he went to town, and now what happens? What happens when you put something into action? When you take action, there's a result. So what's the result of your main character's action? You guys get back to your story, I'll get back to mine. We'll meet back here in a minute. I had to step outside for a second. This story's getting crazy. Once there was a pickle who wanted to buy a cake, wanted to bake a cake, but no one would help, so he went to town and bought some ice cream. Our next prompt, the word then. Back to the action. So then, now we're gonna take our character and put the result of his action. We're on our next to last page before the end, so we're gonna write the word then and keep the story going. I can't wait to see yours. He bought some ice cream and then remembered he was lactose intolerant. We're almost to the end. We're gonna flip the book over, page 8. You're gonna write the end. You're gonna put any last funny images. You can wrap up your story any way you want. I'm just gonna write the end and draw one more picture. Now. We have our pencil sketch down. We still need to go back, add a cover, and I am going to go back and ink my entire drawing. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's take a little break. Jesus owns a burrito stand, fills the belly of his fellow man, loves to lend a helping hand with his burrito. Wow, we're almost done. I want you to go back to the cover, put a title, picture, and your name. Don't forget to sign your book. Then we're gonna go back, go over the whole book in black pen, and then it'll be finished. The pickle bakes a cake. Once there was a pickle who wanted to bake a cake, but no one would help. So he went to town and bought some ice cream. Then he remembered that he was lactose intolerant. Sorry. Hey, well that's it for the mini comic tutorial. I hope you had as much fun making your mini comic as I had fun making this video. Subscribe for more videos like this and have an awesome day.